Right, we've had a chance to get the Triumph in for a service finally, and whilst I was there, I took the opportunity to have a quick road test on the little 660 Tiger Sport, which I found to be a very nice little bike, as you'll see later on. It's just really a road test, so you can't really gauge too much from it, but the first impression was very good, although firm suspension and short geared. But anyway, have a look, see what you think.
Right, we're going to test drive this little Tiger Sport. I have to say, the feel of it, I quite like. It's small enough to be usable, powerful enough, I think. We'll find out, won't we? It should be powerful enough. It does piss me off when they got one light on though, but apparently you can juggle something in settings for that. Seat's a bit high, and this seat is hard. Right, let's see what we've got. I don't know where the brakes are. Yep, that's all there. Oh, it is very light. Oh. Close that down. They go right down here. Oh, it feels very sporting. Cold tyres, so let's not. The quick shifter is. Nice. Nothing behind us. Rear's good. Oh yeah, front very good. Habitually not using the quick shifter. And we're already in 6. I like that. I like the position a lot. Bit of dive, but not excessive. Very much. Let's get out of the way of this. Oh, very manoeuvrable as well. much like this. This has got that feeling of just lightness. Throttle's good. Definitely feeling as if you could, rather than control the bike, so there's a significant amount of fresh air around your legs, more so in the trunk. Obviously it's not fully fed. Surprisingly taut suspension. Was expecting something a bit more budget. Scene of my one and only big accident. Leafy shit on the roads. That's good. It pulls from low down. That's never fully convinced with these quick shifters, but let's go down here. For a new engine that's got quite a, feels very urgent. Surprising amount of urgency actually. I'm just keeping it low on the revs. You don't want to be causing any undue stress to a bike that's running in. Yeah, I'm not fond of quick shifters in the sense of just normal riding. It picks up a little bit of bumpiness on the suspension. This is a particularly broken up piece of tarmac. Feels quite, as I say, sporting. I'd have to say that's relaying it far worse than the Triumph would. One of the problems with a bike that's this light, you always get yourself charging into trouble. That's it. I much prefer it when I'm in charge of the clutch. So I get used to that. Nice. habitually grabbing the back brake, but yes, generally it's quite a sporty feel to it, surprisingly. Not particularly that it's got massive amounts of power, it's just that the way it's quite firm on the suspension. Reasonably well, a little bit more skittish than the front, but what wouldn't be? It's about half the weight. Let's see how she handles 70 miles an hour. And despite sort of thinking the dash is a bit nondescript, that is very crystal clear. Everything is there and easily readable. I wasn't impressed when I first saw this dashboard, but I'm impressed with using it. We go over there. Where are you? Yeah, it feels like you can put it anywhere, which is a marked difference to the Sprint. Well, as I say, compared with the road tests I did on the Hondas, this scores very much more favourably. The Hornet felt loose and insubstantial, and the NC750 felt like the front end was detached. And this feels very much more composed. Slow speed trickle. Big bars help, don't they? I was worried about stalling there. Nice. That slow speed manageability is good, very good. It's got an adjustable lever, isn't it? Yeah. So it's adjustable lever. That side, not that side. Oh, but that matters. Clutch is good. So that's us pottering along 34 miles an hour in 6th gear. So I'm not saying the Triumph wouldn't do it, but it's not overly happy. This seems to be fairly happy. Obviously we're not going to go uphill in that state because that would be immensely cruel to its braking in engine. Rolls on its side nicely. Yes, it feels good. A hard seat, I notice, but that seems to be fine at this point in time. Maybe a little bit of a pressure on the sides of your legs, but to be honest, seat reworking is easy. That I like. That is the size, excuse my Belgian. The size I would like, the feel I would like. It's got a good sharp little power, so I can honestly say that fits the bill. I wouldn't need to change screens, mud guards. Looks like it's going to throw a load of shit up in the air on that the back of there, but that's the world of modern bikes. Don't think you need a tank protector. Just throw some luggage over it and get a different colour. Okay, that's that done then. Let's go and see if the Triumph's finished. The Sprint, should I say, is finished.
So, what did we think? Well, I thought it was a bright little thing. A very peppy little engine, considering it's running in. I've done about 400 odd miles. It was very sharp on the throttle. Felt very low geared to me. Maybe, obviously, without the benefits of having it fully run in, you couldn't use it to its full extent, but it certainly had far more snap than the big Triumph. It does. If you look at the rear sprocket on it, it does look huge, and it felt like it had a massive sprocket fitted. But I'm sure it's correct gearing for the bike. Once or twice, I found myself leaping straight up into 6th gear without too much of a thought. So I would sort of hesitate to say that that's a problem, but it's certainly a marked difference to the longer-legged gearing of the bigger Triumph Sprint. The lightness was instantly noticeable. Very, very nice, sharp geometry, light feeling, despite it being quite a high bike. My feet flat-footed, that's no problem. I've got a 34-inch inside leg, maybe 34-inch inside leg. For me, I can flat-foot it. Not to say it isn't a short bike, because when you get on it, the seat's kicked up, so you have to sort of make sure you swing your leg properly up in the air over it. but other than that, size-wise, no problem. Seating position, somewhat bolt upright. Seat inclines slightly forward. Seat very hard. First thing I noticed, and obviously I'm drawing comparisons to the GT because that's got a very soft seat. Seat very hard. Suspension felt very firm, and certainly on any undulations or broken up tarmac, it comes straight through the bike. So yeah, a very more positive feel to the steering, damping, if you like. Whether that's too aggressive or not, it's a matter of opinion. I thought it just was a sporty feel to it, which is as befits the name. I didn't really play too much with the shift assist or the quick shifter. I had a couple of tries with it, and to be perfectly honest, unless you're sort of on gas, they always feel a bit sort of cruel to the engine. So mostly I played with the clutch in a conventional manner. I did occasionally sort of try shifting, and certainly once you're sort of spinning the motor up, it's pretty seamless and very sweet. Downshifts as well, so no problems with that. Say the nice wide bars give you plenty of leverage and you feel very much in control. Did it feel small? Yeah, the elements of it felt a little bit small for me. It's the tank sort of sits between your legs, right, but the rest of the bike feels quite sort of small, which actually is something I will be looking for at the time of change. Mirrors good. I didn't have any problem with mirrors. Clutch obviously nice and light. The brake from brake lever, as I mentioned, is adjustable, span adjustable. The clutch is not, but that's not a problem because the clutch is within my hand reach, easy, and it's very light. Obviously, I didn't explore any of the bike's capabilities in terms of sport mode or rain mode. I just left it in road and just took a steady ride. So I have no issue with it. Other than the fact that it just doesn't grab you visually. It's just a in bike, much the same as many other. So in terms of turning around and loving it when you walk away, but then you could buy Bonneville that and spend the rest of your life cleaning the damn thing. So for me, the bike's got to be usable first. In that sense, I've got no problem. Screen didn't give me any problems. I didn't think it was massively the best thing ever, but it's only just a little screen, and to be perfectly honest, no screen is going to be perfect in my opinion. Even the big BMW ones give you a backdraft, and there's always a sort of, it depends on the individual, but anyway, so screen no problem. I'm not interested in carrying pillions, so that's not an issue that I've considered. Luggage, you could buy luggage, as we know, but all in all, I just felt the bike was, it felt quite quality, which is quite a nice thing to feel. It just sort of has that feeling of sort of quality, not overly substantial, but substantial enough. As I say, comparing it to, I've ridden a couple of Hondas, the 750 Hornet didn't feel very substantial to me. I suppose it's more comparable to the NC 750X I rode, which I didn't like the front end on, but that's now been addressed with some, I think I've uprighted a few bits, certainly the brakes. So yeah, I was very much impressed with it, and a great big thank you to Bulldog Triumph, who've looked after me in terms of servicing my bike and always seemed very attentive. Never been a problem with the Sprint, to be perfectly honest, but they always seem very kind and attentive. Of course, they take your money, of course they do, but they seem to have no issue with, do you want a road test? Yeah, get on it, go, sort of thing. So very much appreciated on them. So it's a big shout out to Triumph Bulldog of, Winnish or Woking, whatever you care to call it. So very pleased with that. I think possibly if I thought about it and got my piece of paper out, the Tiger Sport 800, which undoubtedly is a better bike, would perhaps be a better choice, because I don't think it's a vast amount of money more. But anyway, this one is definitely on the shopping list just because of it's nice and small, and as you get older, you still want all the goodies, but you don't really want the weight. And short of buying a very expensive bike, I think this is probably the best option. So high on the shopping list. And the only disappointment, of course, is that poor old Triumph is only worth about £2,200 now. So really, I don't know. That makes it a hard job to lose all of the benefits of luggage, blah blah blah, for a bike that's just lighter. So we will see. Thanks very much for watching.